Welcome, Leo, to 1111 Tarot. I'm Danny, also known as RD. If you're new to the channel, welcome to the 1111 family. And if you are coming back, thank you so much for returning. All right, so we're going to do things a little bit different. We're going to start in the East as always, but we're going to start over here to see where we are in your cycle. So this is a prototype deck. I call this the Paper Moon. And let's get rolling. This will give us a little bit of understanding where you are in your cycle. So, Leo, it says you are on the cusp of reaching your goals. Don't question yourself now. 808 new moon in Leo, your own energy, right? So what you can't see is how close you are to the finish line. And you have a very balanced number with an infinity symbol, with a new beginning, and then an infinity symbol. So I feel like you're right on the path that you need to be. Let's move forward and see where you're headed next. It says, some relationships are for a season. Time to let the cycle close. 1008. Ceres goes retrograde in Gemini, waxing crescent moon, Scorpio. So what's interesting is you've got Gemini, Scorpio, and Leo already on the board, your own energy. When you look at this, you have a reduction of 9. When you look at this, you have a reduction of 7. Just so we've got that on the board. So I feel like there is some closure coming, but it's because the divine has a higher path, a better offer for you, if you will. Let's continue on your fate line. We're going to start again here in the East. And this is where the sun rises. We're going to use a beautiful creature tarot. Here we go. I have to kind of laugh because look at these two. That's Rick, the kitty cat, and that's Maya. They're so cute. What are you going to do with my notes? Huh? Rick is so silly. Here we go. He's already pulled some of the note down. All right. So using the beautiful creature tarot, we're going to start here in the East where the sun rises. It's our first thoughts of the day, and it is contributing to our manifestation. Here we go. 8 of Pentacles. Practice. So there is a lot of self-work here, and you're creating something. I feel like you've been working on a major, like, reconstruction of where you want things to go. And I feel like you're very close to it, but there's some distractions. There may be some disappointments, but you're being asked to hold true to your passion, your goal. And there may be some people that don't want to go that route with you, if you will. And so you're just going to have to let it go and keep going towards your direction. Now, as we go, we'll get to this in just a minute. We'll put up here in the North Node. As we move into the West, this is where we put our head down on our pillow at night. And this is where the sun sets. And at the end of the day, what do our dreams and where do we go when we talk, to the 5D at night? And it says abruption, the decadence. So if I remember right, I'm checking. Give me a minute. Yeah, that's a tower. I did check because it goes by the number. And so, Leo, we do have this tower come up, which leads us to understand that it's just pushing us more toward our goal. We don't really see it at the time, that it was going to be a disruption and interference with our overall goals. So the foundation was shaky, and therefore we had to let it go. But I feel like in your wisdom, you knew it was coming. I really do. I feel like you have wisdom in knowing that it was coming. It was intuitive. You knew. And it was fated to end, right? Now, I don't know that it ends or if it just changes. But it changes in a whole new way. Now look at Rick. What are you doing? Rick, what are you doing? What are you doing? You tearing down my notes? If you guys are interested in winning your own tarot deck, this is the Arcanum Tarot deck, and all you need to do is be a subscriber and put deck giveaway in the comments below the video, and on May 1st I'll be giving away this deck of cards, so you might be the winner for that. You just never do know. You never can tell. So we have our fate line. Let's see where we are on destiny. We're going to start here in the south, our challenge, right? So victory, 6 of Wands. Look at this metamorphosis. So whatever this hiccup in the road, it was like to trigger you into self-empowerment and to complete the transformation. So it was meant to happen. It was fated, if you will, to encourage you into really turning into the true butterfly that you are, if you will. And it will bring you complete victory, I assure you. The challenge is accepting that change that's fated and destined to come our way. So let's see where we're going into our north node. This is all about our destiny. Defeat, 5 of Swords. So our destiny is that somewhere somebody wanted us to paint the roses red for them. Somebody wanted to change who we are in order to fit a mold. And we're not doing it. And so it brings you to this victory in the end of, because you won't conform to the mold, you actually transform into the true butterfly that you are. And so I feel like when you see defeat up here, this 5 of Swords, another way to look at it is you've got victory down here and you've got defeat, right? I think you get to choose how you see this. Yes, it can be defeat that no, you did not get things your way. It wasn't exactly what you expected. But at the same time, you got victory because it brought you something even better. That's kind of what I feel anyway. Let's see where we're crossing the paths with fate and destiny right here with serendipity. Now this is Threads of Fate. And here we go. Great Spirit says the Creator. You get to choose. So I really get this energy where serendipity, because this is always the key to the reading right here. This center spot. Because that's where we're co-creating with destiny and fate, and we're coming up in the middle. And you are the creator. So you get to choose. Do you see this as defeat? That you didn't win? But you would have had to be somebody that you aren't. Or do you see this as a victory in your favor? Because now you know with clarity what you want and what you don't want. I guess that's how you perceive it. Let's go ahead and clarify a little bit more. I'm getting cards out of our way first, so you'll see the camera jiggle wiggle. A little jiggle wiggle there. Okay, let's grab the Baby Secret Tarot here. And I always pre-shuffle the decks, so I cut the cards to get your energy involved. Here we go. 8 of Pentacles. Now remember, you're on the cusp of reaching your goals, so don't question yourself now. Here we go. In Illumination, there it is, 10 of Pentacles. Clarity, 10 of Swords. Damn. And in Wisdom, 7 of Swords. Wow. Yeah, I can feel there's this transition. So in Illumination, you will not settle for anything less than what you gain satisfaction out of. Like, I feel like you know what you want. And in Clarity, it was not what you wanted. It just keeps bringing you this feeling of pain. And you're closing that cycle. And you have 2 10s in a row. So 10-10. Now, in Wisdom, 7 of Swords, it's almost like self-sabotage in a way. But is it really? Or is it that you felt like You always feel cheated out of something you see as aligned for you. And in wisdom, you're starting to understand that's a self-sabotaged feeling because it's not being cheated out of. It's being protected from losing what you see as important. Because if they don't see it as important to you, if they don't hold what you hold dear, then they're not going to give you this, right? So you have to really look at it like you are here, which is your wisdom is that if you continued that path and it's not headed towards where you want to go, it would be extremely dissatisfying. And that's the clarity in it. And that's the resolve you're getting, that you see this as a victory then. As you move into love, yeah, you have the 5 of coins, 5 of pentacles. Trust is the 6 of swords. And in growth, the King of Cups. Wow. In love, it's all about this feeling of being left out in the cold. And you're like, I'll be damned if I'm going to feel left out in the cold. I'm going to invest into me. And I'm going to become the best me that there is. Right? And when you look at trust, you really got the 6 of swords. It's about, I'm done talking. I'm going to move to calmer grounds. I'm going to take myself to a place where I feel good. And I'm going to enjoy the things that bring happiness for me. And great is this King of Cups, this growth. Because in a sense, yes, you're still feeling deeply. And yes, you feel deeply about a lot of things. But you're not letting your emotion rule you. Which is where the victory comes in. Because you're still working towards going somewhere. Right? 6 of Swords is forward I'm trying to say movement, motion. Right? The decadence, this tower moment, this abruption. Let's qualify this in the material realm. 4 of Pentacles, 7 of Pentacles, and experience, the Hierophant. Damn. All right, so this is a tower moment where you realize in introspect that you've held on to something too long. Like past your own well-being. You've held on to something that has caused a lot of stress. In your perspective, you just feel like the timing is completely off. It's just, it doesn't feel like it's ever going to happen. I kind of feel like you planted the seeds and you kept tending the garden, but it just wasn't, no matter how much you watered it, it wasn't working. And what's interesting, in your experience, you have this Hierophant, which is about higher learning, right? And you have this tower moment with your third eye on the vase. And I kind of get this feeling really strongly that this higher learning commitment, it's like you're not going to back down from what you want out of life. And so you're going to release a lot of what the energies you were holding on to. But you're going to still invest in yourself. You're going to release what you're holding on to. Yeah. And I think you're going to plant seeds, and you have been planting seeds for yourself. Whew. It's a heavy reading, lovelies. All right, Leo, 5 of Swords, defeat. Here we go. 4 of Swords, in cleansing. Beautiful. In renewal, Queen of Swords. And in purity, Queen of Pentacles. You have 2 queens on the board. Queen of Swords is Aquarius, Virgo, Libra. And Queen of Pentacles, Sagittarius energy. No, Pisces energy. No. What's with my head? Sag and Capricorn. There it is. So, what I'm feeling here with this whole 5 of Swords, the 4 of Swords, Queen of Swords, there's a lot of communication that brought in a feeling of really understanding that you're not going to be able to please this queen, right? I think this queen spoke their truth and laid it down, if you will, just put the truth down. And it didn't align with you. And that's why you kind of went into a hermit energy, almost a Virgo energy of really going within and finding out what's aligned for you. You've got this Queen of Pentacles energy. I kind of feel like you're going to focus on your coin and you're going to really root in to build your legacy, because you start off the reading with this. So this is coming your way. You have Pentacles here. You have Pentacles here. You know, you've got the 10 of Pentacles, 5 of Pentacles, 4 of Pentacles, 7 of Pentacles, and you end with the Queen of Pentacles. And you're the creator. So I think you're going to invest into, and you have the 8 of Pentacles right there. So I think you're really going to invest your energy into building this solid world around what you do feel brings you happiness, and expand it slowly but surely outward rather than going looking for it elsewhere. And that's beautiful. I'm so proud of you, Leo. I really am. So remember, you're on the cusp of reaching your goals. Don't question yourself now, my lovely. Now, we're going to jump in, and I'm going to do a real quick go over all the signs and how they feel about Leos, right? So if this is where you leave me, I want to say, I love you to the yellow moon and back. All right, lovelies, take a deep breath and let's get going. Okay, Leos, let's see. If you've crossing paths with an Aquarius, they are looking and seeing this as their everything. You are their wish come true. This is not only the 10 of Cups, it's the 10 of Pentacles. It's a happy life, happy wife, and they see you as they want to make this long term. If you are crossing paths with a Gemini, Leo, they see this as done. They see this as the last straw, the last sword. There's something that there's a line in the sand that they just cannot cross. And so the cycle, in their opinion, is complete. And they're looking at moving forward in a different direction. If you are crossing the paths with Libra, they're either self-sabotaging or they just feel there's not enough trust in the relationship at this time. They honestly feel like they're not on the same page with you, and they kind of, in a way, feel like they put a lot of investment into this and they're not getting back the investment that they were expecting or hoping for. If you're crossing paths with a Capricorn, they're feeling left out in the cold. They're kind of feeling like you are more about you and less about them. And I feel like they're also kind of feeling like, hey, I'm a pretty good catch, you know, look at me. But it's almost like there's a disconnect. There's a huge disconnect. Something's changing. If you're crossing paths with a Taurus, they're wanting to make this a good friendship. They're wanting to move it to calmer grounds. They're wanting to just bring in the white flag and just let's kind of each head our own ways for a little bit, cool off, and try to come to a peaceful agreement. Maybe agree to disagree, but they definitely want to bring this into a calming place. If you are crossing paths with a Virgo, they have a lot of emotion, but they're stewing. I kind of feel like right now they're pondering everything over. They've got their cup of love, but they're holding on to it pretty damn tight. They're not really wanting to hand it off. They're kind of really looking at the situation kind of like in a sense of, I don't want to say apathy because that's not right. They kind of just feel like it's overdone with. It's emotionally draining. So they're pulling back a little bit of their energy. If you're crossing paths with a Sagittarius, they are holding on. It could be for the wrong reasons. It could be for the right reasons. But they are definitely holding on in a sense of self-perseverance. Something about this relationship is something to them that they don't want to let go of. Even if it's just a memory or it's actually the relationship, they're really holding tight. If you're crossing the paths with a Leo, the timing doesn't feel right at this time. It's almost as if the seeds were planted, but somebody's waiting for the timing to be right. And As Chris always says from Minnow Pond, you know, they're waiting for the timing to be right when it probably never will be. So they're stuck. If you're crossing the paths with an Aries, they are wanting to take this either, they're wanting change in the relationship. Either they want the commitment to dissolve or they want it to go to a higher level, but they want the commitment to be changed, if you will, and go to a different level. If you're crossing paths with the Pisces, they've gone within. They are looking for internal guidance as well as their higher guidance. They're resting. They're getting a whole new repurpose to this concept. They're readjusting. So something has changed their view, and they're having a time to digest how it's going. If you are crossing paths with a Scorpio, they've made their decision. They've laid it out there, and now they've said their piece and the ball's in your court. They have made it very clear that they're ready to move forward, but at the same time, if you want to cut this and be done, they're ready to walk too. It's like they're half in and half out. They're kind of waiting to see what you want to do. Not that they won't fully invest, they just don't want to overinvest if it's not going to be reciprocated. And if you're crossing paths with a Cancer, they see you as somebody that's very strong in your position. You are very loving, very kind, and they're wanting to invest into this. They see you as long-term, and the matriarch, I mean, you're everything that they want. So that's absolutely beautiful. Do me a favor, leave your DNA on the like button, and if you want to win this deck, just put deck giveaway and be a subscriber. You might be the lucky winner on May 1st. All right, my lovelies, thank you 1,000 times for sharing your energy with me, Leos. I love you to the moon and back.